今回は人生の中で最も奇妙な体験をした未来型社会に生きる人々との生活。
We will see what happening can be in the future, can be in the past.
Our main mission is to work actively to create better future.
現代社会では考えられないような思想を持ち、まるで一つの国家のような社会体制を実現させるコミュニティに潜入します。はい、皆さん What's up? バッパーショータでございます。現在はですね、イタリア北部に来ております。聞いた話によると、北アルプスの麓の地下には独自の憲法、通貨、言語、学校を持ち、超自然的なスピリチュアルな信念を持って未来へタイムトラベルしたり、普通一般では考えられないような思想、生き方をしている地下コミュニティがあるということで、今回は実際に訪れてみて、その実態を見ていきたいなと思います。トリノの町から北へ進むこと約50キロ。はい、ということで皆さん、ここがですね、コミュニティがある場所でございます。なんと奇妙な場所でしょうか。はい、ということで。
Welcome, my name is Bertuccia.
Shota, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Thank
Welcome
you
to
so much.
Damanur.
Okay, so what's your community names? You have a community names?
Exactly.
Okay.
So Damanur is a federation of spiritual communities.
Okay.
It was born in the 70s. At the beginning, it was born from a desire of a group of people to really explore human potential and to develop human potential.
Okay.
And after a while, after years of research, they decided to create a community, a physical community, in order to live these teachings 24/7.
はい、ということで皆さん入ってきたんですけど、なんとも奇妙なところでしょうか。もういろんな銅像がめちゃくちゃあって、なんかほんま奇妙な一言です。初めの印象。ダマヌールは1975年ファルコ・タラサッコによって約24人と共に創立されたみたいで、ここには家族や単身者、カップル、子供から高齢者までの400人を超える人々が共同で生活をしているらしく、彼らは何十年もの年月をかけて地下に秘密の神殿を築き上げたそうです。創立者の死後10年以上経った現在も多くの支持者を持つ彼は一体どのような人物だったのでしょうか。
When we talk about Falco, it's very difficult to express who he was without having the actual experience of meeting him. He was very much a very avid dreamer, and he was capable of affecting others as well to dream and to then realize those dreams.
But why did you try to make a community in Italy? Why here?
Exactly. So at the beginning, they were very active in Turin. Turin is a very famous for having a very active esoteric scene. And when they started their research, they didn't know where they would build the community.
Okay.
So they traveled around the world, did research on something that we call the synchronic lines, which are the energy lines of the planet. And they actually researched at the end that there is a specific crossing of 4 synchronic lines. Just as it is in Tibet, there is a crossing of 4 synchronic lines. The same crossing of 4 synchronic lines is here.
Okay. はい、全く難しい言葉ばっかりで、シンクロニックラインって何？なかなか理解できないですよね。初めて聞く単語ばっかりやんけ。I hear you guys have own laws and then currencies and then language and school even. Is that correct?
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
So it's an expression of full-blown civilization. We want to be a civilization, a new civilization with its own characteristics. So yes, language and culture and expression, self-sufficiency elements to it. Currency, yes, unfortunately before COVID, because COVID put a huge load on the economic system of the community.
Okay.
So we currently don't use it, but that was the idea to have also our currency system.
ダマヌール市民たちが作り上げた憲法には、お互いの信頼関係を守るためのものや、自分の利益よりも理想を優先するためのものなど、イタリアの法律に従った上で独自の憲法を遵守して生活しているそうです。
So we have in Damanhur this tradition of choosing an animal name and a plant name.
Okay.
And then later on also a mineral name. So for example, my name is Bertuccia, which is sort of a macaque monkey from north of Africa and Gibraltar. And my plant name is Bietola, which is Swiss chard.
So you have two names.
Exactly, I have two names.
その他にもダマヌリアンたちは植物との対話を実現させたり、地球には宇宙人が頻繁に訪れていると信じているなど、聞けば聞くほどどれもが謎に満ちた思想ばかり。まあいろんなね世界でコミュニティを訪れてきたけど、今回のコミュニティもマジ独特ですわ。また違った感じ。いやー、世界にはほんまいろんな人がいますね。So why you guys try to have like own system like like against the normal societies,
The civilization is actually the expression of our worldview. So since we want to build a society, we want to build a life based on spiritual values, that means that then we find our own ways on how to translate these values into social life, so how we live together, our cultural life, so how we communicate also through language.
東京ドーム約100個分以上の土地を持つダマヌールには小さなコミュニティがいくつもあり、各コミュニティによって農業や科学研究、アートなどのさまざまな分野で役割を分担しながら独自の新たな社会体制を実現させているそうです。
はい、ということで皆さんつきましては今回滞在させてもらえる宿でございます。Nice to meet you. My name is Shota.
Hello, Shota.
Nice to meet you.
Welcome to Damanhur.
Okay, thank you so much. This is the villas, right? Like a house.
Yes, we're a family of 9 adults and 5 children.
Okay,
That's
live together.
The newest one.
Oh, it's a baby. How old is she?
2 months.
2 months. Oh,
2 months, yeah.
Wow.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
My wife, please.
Nice to meet you, Shota.
Shota, Amaru.
Amaru, nice to meet you.
ここではですね、一つの家に子供から大人まで多国籍な人々が共同で生活しているらしく、各自に個別の部屋があって、キッチンやリビングなどの他の人々と交流できるスペースもあったり、中にはこんな変わった交流の仕方も。
We share of how we are in different areas of our life. And here we have the topic of the couple. Okay. How is your couple working? How is the weather? We call it the weather board.
Okay.
So you see there's sometimes sun, there's sometimes clouds, there's sometimes storms. We have the profession, the economy, relationships in the house, and the level of communication that we have in the house.
So you have a sunny, cloudy, rains and storms.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
Storm sounds like very bad, no?
Exactly. Especially living together after a while. You cannot fake something else than what there actually is. The other people feel and see you very well. So sharing this also creates the kind of family and creates the kind of belonging together because you share.
Yeah.
You share, and then when there are difficulties, you help each other.
Yeah.
You try to have solidarity, and sharing it. Finding solutions together is for us a way that works very well.
That's really good.
We have one community which purpose and project is assurance of food for the whole community. But we also do have smaller gardens or greenhouses. So there are also individuals who then, or smaller groups of people who then create smaller gardens.
Oh, okay. What about like electricity, waters?
Exactly. So
Those kind of things?
Electricity-wise, we have solar panels and photovoltaic panels, and we are currently around 60% of self-sufficiency from that standpoint.
Oh, that sounds really hard, but sounds very important too, you know? Yeah.
It is super important because it is connected to the survival and resilience. You mentioned COVID. Things like that do happen, and it is possible that they will happen also in the future. Then we do also believe that in a magical way we do keep these events away from us if we do prepare well for them.
Wow. 今までねスピリチュアル的なことを分かっとうようで分かってない、信じたいようで信じたくないみたいなね、なんか変な感じだったんですけど、今回もね初めてのことなんで、オープンマインドでねいろいろね吸収したいなと思います。その結果僕はどんな世界に行くのか、楽しみでもあり恐怖でもありって感じですね。はい、ということで今から行くところが噂の地下世界ということで、この地下70メートルにはですね、世界最大の地下神殿が眠ってるということで、1991年まではダマヌールはこの地下世界のことを秘密に隠してたみたいなんですけど、イタリア警察がその地下世界のことに、気づきですね、捜査が始まって一体何を隠してるのかということで、イタリア警察がそのね地下に入っていたところ、イタリア警察までもが驚愕しですね、結果そのね地下神殿を存続させるということに至った幻の世界なんですけど、一体どんなものなのかっていうのをね見てみたいなと思います。Nice to meet you, Shota.
Nice to meet you, Manta.
Fanta, nice to meet you. So here is the entrance.
Yes.
Okay.
This is the original door of the entrance of the Temple of Humankind.
Okay. You guys tried to hide 50 years, right?
Yeah, 15 years because there was anything that any law that would allow us, any permission that would allow us to create the temples of humankind. So to have a possibility to build, we have to keep it secret. And this is what we have done for 15 years.
いや、また皆さんすごいとこに来ましたわ。So did you guys make all this with your hand?
Yes, completely handmade and with electric drills as a only tool. There has not any big machinery has been used.
Wow. いや、すごいな。これを手で掘っていくと。
We are entering from the Hall of Victory. This is the Hall of Victory and celebrate the diversity of our planet. As you can see on the walls are painted plants with kind of these chimera trees that as different species merge together. There are painted animals, especially the ones at the risk of extinction, and humans learning and in the process of transmitting knowledge. And tells the story of how these game field is created and contains so many different aspects of life to allow us of experiencing it and grow through experience.
人類の神殿はいくつもの部屋で構成されており、それぞれが人間一人一人の内面に存在する部屋を象徴しているそうです。
These are all symbols in our sacred language. Sacred language is an ancient language of ideograms, words, and also gesture. Each sign has a sacred dance gesture that is connected to that sign.
いや、正直ですね、ここに入ってきてからもうあまりにもクレイジーすぎて言葉が出ないです。で、いっぱいいろんな情報があって、なんかいろんな各セクションにこの中に入ってきてから旅しているっていう感じですかね。すんごいスペシャルな場所です。
This is the holospheres, and those spheres are connected to the energy line of our planet that we call synchronic lines. So in this place we do meditation to receive and transmit information. That is what the temple do. The temples are a big antenna, a kind of transmitting and receiving structure.
So why did you decide to make temples under the ground?
Yeah, the temples have been built underground to be a kind of protected space, both for practical reason, to stay here as long as possible, but also because being underground, we can work with energies in a different way. For example, the ceiling of his hall is all covered with gold leaf that is an insulator, and this old is particularly protected by any type of external energy.
この神殿はですね、ダマヌールの創立者ファルコの構想によって極秘で建設がスタートし、現在も支援を得ながら建設が進められているそうなのですが、地下神殿には未だ市民たちの間でも解明されていない多くの謎が潜んでいるそうです。
初め入ってきた時は体の中がなんか熱くなるというか湧き上がってる感じで、もう頭が全く動かなくて、彼が話してること全く入ってこなかったんですけど、ちょっと慣れて、なんですかね、穏やかな気持ちになってきたかなって今の感じです。人によってはあまりにもエネルギーを強く感じすぎて気分が悪くなったりする人たちもいるみたいです。で、さっき聞いてみたらですね、ここのね、白いテンプルはですね、女性のテンプルなんで、子供が欲しいっていう人たちがここにですね、来てメディテーションしたりするみたいですね。僕が一番初め行ったところは男のテンプルなんで、だからなんかフィリングが、僕が入った時のフィリングが違うだそうです。いやー、なんかいろんなとこ旅してきましたけど、これだけスペシャルっていうか、なんか体の中が湧き上がってくるところっていうのは初めてかもしれないですね。
Our main mission is to work actively to create better future, and the temples are one important part of that, through representing possible futures and reconnect we and the plant world, we and the animal world, we and some forces that come from the cosmos through spirals, the indigenous people knowledge and wisdom, and preserve it and spread it to the world.
はい、ということで皆さん外出てきました。うわー、すごい体験やったな。なんか今外出てきて率直なフィーリングはなんかふわふわしてる感じ。僕の中のなんていうんですかね、いろんなエネルギーのラインがいろんなとこを走ってるみたいな。うわー、そのなんていうんですかね、流れとかどっちの方、上に向かってるのか下に向かってるのか、なんかいろんなことが混ざり合ってるってか、そんな感じのエネルギーというか、なんかフィーリングです。どう説明したんやろな、わからんな。はい、皆さん、ここはですね、ダマヌールクレアって言って、この中にですね、いろんな店とかが入ってるみたいです。もう見た感じめちゃめちゃでかいスーパーみたいな感じです。すごいな。これがコミュニティでできちゃうってすごくないですか？
All of them are organic, and some of them are from this community, and it's the Manorian. Some of them are also from local producers that we know and that we can guarantee that they treat animals in a certain way.
Wow.
So that we sell and that we know what we sell and that we sell really high quality also from that perspective.
Yeah.
このように自分たちの食べるものがどこから仕入れられてどうやって作られているのかを知った上で買い物できるっていうシステムにはほんま驚きましたね。
これがですね、昔使われていた通貨の交換のマシンみたいです。ここにユーロを入れると、このね、ダマヌールで使える通貨が変換されるっていうマシンらしいです。So I wonder, like, how Damanurian people make money. Obviously, for life, you need the money to survive.
Sure, we live in a society where money is required.
Yes.
And the Damanorians, some of them, like a third of the community, actually works in outside companies.
Okay.
Then a third of the Damanorians live and work inside the community. So, I mean, everything is possible. There is no one way to earn money here in Damanur.
この建物の中にはですね、このダマヌールに住んでいる住人たちがプライベートで起こした事業があるって感じです。あそこにはヘアドレッサーがあったり、ここはですね、インシュランスのカンパニーがあったり、いろんなね、店があったり、あとコーワーキングとかもあったり、すごくないですか、規模が。 はい、続きましてやってきたのが、ここがですね、ダマヌールにある学校ということで、ダマヌールには、エレメンタリースクールとミドルスクールがあるということで、で、ハイスクールからは自分たちのチョイスでダマヌールの外に出て、選択していくっていう感じらしいです。あと大学も。
現在この学校には65人の生徒がいるみたいで、ダマヌールコミュニティ内からだけではなく、生徒の半分は地域の子どもたちも一緒になって学んでいるそうです。
So, what is different between Damanhuru schools and then like public schools?
Well, in Italy, you have a constitutional right to do homeschooling.
Right.
And this allows us to have a completely private school.
Okay.
And the difference is that we do a lot of things outside, experiential learning.
Wow.
And learning in nature also allows them to connect with nature. So like what you see here, this is means that this is the tree friend of a child. Actually, it's the tree friend of my son.
Okay.
So they have a tree friend and they connect with a tree, which means to kind of enter also into a relationship.
Wow.
And so children have this connection with nature, and we simply try that they don't forget it. And in this sense also, there's a part to a tree that is not only wood, but also an energy around it.
We see if these plants can play for us.
What do you mean? So, do you think plant has a music sound?
Yes. Different plants, different sounds, and the other crazy thing is that plants learn. The more you keep it connected to a plant, the more she learns how to play.
Are you sure?
Yes,
Wow.
yes. And the other thing is that we are doing interspecies concerts with humans playing and singing, and it's interesting how also hear how plants respond to rhythm, to frequencies.
This is a hanging classroom.
Okay.
And it's a proper classroom. So sometimes the kids come here to do like class, like they will study math or
In here?
science here. Another really important part in our school is art.
Right.
All the creativity, and we have a fantastic art teacher, but actually art is also kind of the red thread in all the other matters that they do. And
what
then
you
they
do this
travel.
Oh, they travel.
And then they travel. So they will go 10 days to Rome, another 10 days, the middle school will go to Spain, since they're studying Spanish.
Oh, wow. So kind of like you guys think the traveling is a part of the lessons.
Yes.
一番びっくりしたのが、この学校でスペイン語を勉強して、でスペインまで行ってその勉強したのを実践で話すっていうシステム、すごくないですか？ And do you guys have a kids, right?
Yeah.
So two kids.
They go in the Damanhurian school, and so we strive that our children become citizens of the world, most of all, not necessarily citizens of Damanhur.
So usually after the school, we try to stimulate them to leave Damanhur.
For a few years.
For that they go in other countries, in other places, making their own experience. And then from that point of being outside, of having a different experience, they can choose to come back and live in Damanhur. It's more healthy.
We kick them out, we go.
Yeah,
"Go."
we try to.
いやすごいですね。なんか一つの国家みたいです。ここにはですね、美容サロンもあって、あと病院もありの、接骨院もありの、あと歯医者もありの、食べ物ね、食べるとこもありの。すごいな、この規模。で、これだけね、でっかい規模、50年かけて全部今このある状況になったみたいです。で、こんだけね、でかい規模なんで、お金どうしたのって聞いてみたらですね、お金も、みんなダマヌールの人々から集めたお金でこれだけのね、規模の施設を作ったみたいです。はい、皆さん続きまして超奇妙な体験をさせてくれるということで、ここで待ち合わせをしております。Wow, what is that here? What is this one here?
This is Prana Selfika. It's an empowering of prana healing. There is a technique to transmit vital energy. Breathe.
What's gonna be? I'm gonna die or like I'm
No,
gonna be crazy world? I'm going to be?
No, you're gonna just feel a sensation that depends by your sensitivity, while this energy comes through you, and you can address and focus this energy to what you want for is increase your energy level. So that depends. It's a self-healing process, like many of the energetic processes.
Right. ですね、プロセスしてる間は撮影できないということでちょっと行ってまいります。めちゃめちゃ緊張しております。プロセスした後の僕がどうなってるのか。では行ってまいります。はい、ということで皆さん今トリートメント終わりました。約5分ぐらいずっと座ってて目つぶってたんですけど、感覚的にはですね、なんか体中がかゆいみたいな感じ、全身がめちゃめちゃかゆい感じで、ずっと目つぶっとったんで、目つぶっとったらですね、すごいなんですかね、トルネードみたいなのがこうやってくるんですよ。なんかこのね、ネックレスみたいな感じのが目つぶってったらぐるんぐるんってくるって感じです。
次にやってきた部屋で行われるのが時空を超越することができる瞑想、すなわちタイムトラベルみたいです。
If you can relax enough, it's like you detach your awareness from your body.
Exactly. And after you travel in the universe, and in one moment you come back in another point of the planet where you feel call you, and we will see what happening. Can be in the future, can be in the past.
そう、今からまた奇妙な体験をするっていうことで、メディテーション中に、どこか僕の記憶の中に飛んでいくっていう、儀式でもないんですけどメディテーションするみたいです。全く話してる意味がわからないんですけど、とりあえずやってみたいなと思います。
20分にわたる瞑想で自分でも信じられない体験をしました。
Seems like I went somewhere which is I have discovered already. Yeah, the greens and then like tropical vibes.
In which body? Man, woman?
It was really confusing, but like long hair men, and then no clothes, and then there's one house, and then this guy, me, I don't know, have a house with families, but I don't know what kind of like families I have, and then I have a kids and a wife, but that's it. Like I go, you know. 終わった後ですね、なんかいろいろカウンセリングがあって、で感じたことは、僕の中ではインドネシアかコスタリカでもインドネシアっぽいなっていう感じで、なんか僕のパーストで行ったようなところにたどり着いて、で、そこで感じ取ったことが今の僕の中になんかない、いいぬくもりみたいなのを、感じましたね。それがなんか家族の愛であったり、なんかそういう色のエネルギーを感じたっていう感じです。メディテーションしてた時の一部シーンが僕の中ではこんな感じです。わかりますか？こんな感じで小さい蝶みたいなのあるじゃないですか。これがですね、僕でこんな感じでどこにたどり着くのかっていうのを探してた感じです。今多分こうやって見てくれてる人は、翔太ちょっと頭おかしなったんちゃうんか、そんなわけあるやろかいみたいな感じに思ってる人もいると思うんですけど、僕もそういうふうに思ってた人なんですけど、実際にここに来て経験したら、ガチになんて言ったらいいかわからないんですよ。これは真実なのか、何か感じる、肌で感じるのかって言ったらそうでもないかもしれないんですけど、 なんか得るものはあるって感じです。で今回ねそのメディテーションをしてみてですね、人によっては1週間かかる人もおるし、なかなか開けないっていう人がおるみたいなんですけど、結構僕はオープンで、20分でそのエクスペリエンス、いい経験ができたと思うんですけど、なんかどんな感じの体験だったかというと、なんていうんですかね、自分の中に入っていて、その中でなんかを見つけると発見していくみたいな、また新たな発見があるみたいな、すっごい旅と似ています。なんか旅してて世界いろいろなところ回ってて、そこから見た世界から得る何かが自分の中に入って、また何かが気づくみたいな、なんか旅してる時に得てる感じがなんか得れたなっていう感じですね。
ダマヌールを知れば知るほど様々な疑問は膨らむばかり。人々は何を求めてこの地へやってくるのでしょうか。
So what is different between the life now you have and then before coming to Damanhur?
It's a big difference because in Damanhur we organize in groups, and it's a very complex social life. For example, for me, I was in Zurich, living in Zurich, and I didn't find a social context that I was resonating with. It was a lot about money, about career, about material possessions, which is good, which is important, but it's not the core of life. So for me, the core of life is community, is living with others, is sharing, is experiencing together. Like, it's such a rich context to me. And when I was traveling, I saw that tribes still existed, and they had a happy life. So happiness is not necessarily so linked to your bank account.
一方世間ではダマヌールはカルトなのではと噂される声もあり、一部の記事にはダマヌールに入ると全財産を寄付しなければならないなどと書かれたものも見受けられます。
It's not like this. Now there are several ways of being a Damanurian.
Okay.
At the very beginning of Damanhur was something different because people choose to dedicate their life to building the temples, to building the community, and to create all of this. And of course, it should be a global total choice because there was nothing, and everything has to be built together. So people give what they had, and that was a choice. It was not easy. It's never easy to become a Damanurian.
Falco didn't like to be treated as a spiritual guide, so he didn't have any specific role inside the community. So the Damanurians take on responsibilities and roles, and he always used to say, like, don't believe me, test out, experiment, see if it works. If it works, then it's true.
Wow, interesting guy. Yeah, wow. はい、というこんな感じですね。みんな揃って夜ご飯を食べる感じです。
Let's take a deep breath. Buon appetito.
Thank you. Thank you. So every meals you do is great.
Yes.
Wow.
Appreciate the food and take away the energies that are maybe negative. Maybe someone was transporting the food that was angry, so you don't want the anger to actually eat it.
Oh, I
so
see.
you could
I understand. So, what's a Damanhur to you?
Yeah, Damanhur is like this laboratory. It's like a laboratory where we can create a good model of society that we like. We give meanings to all the things, so to the way we work, to the way we live together. And so it means firsthand to question ourselves about everything.
Damanhur to me is project of hope for mankind.
Oh wow, that's very simple to me. Wow.
I think it's important for mankind to transform way of living, because the way we live now, it's not very sustainable, neither for our growth than for the health of our planet.
Okay.
So we think, or we believe, that communities are organisms of the future. as a social structure. Mankind has actually always lived in tribes, and nowadays that tribal living is much less, is marginal. There are some indigenous tribes, but actually the human DNA works much better, I think, in a tribe. Like the human being, when it connects with others and organizes and self-organizes, it has a certain power. You have so many resources inside a community, and when it's connected, it's like an organism that works. So we hope to inspire this kind of living also in other points of the planet.
はい、ということで皆さん、今回はですね、イタリア北部ダマヌールからでございます。いや、ここに来る前まではですね、カルトとか宗教集団とか書いてありましたが、いろんな人と接することによって価値観が変わりましたね。強制性はないし、個々のチョイスをめちゃめちゃ大事にしてるというか、みんな違ってみんないい、正解不正解はないというスタイル。その中でもですね、人々とのコミュニケーションとか五感を震わせて自然の法則に寄り添って生きる、自分の中に眠る奥深いものをすごい大切にしてる人たちだなと思いました。僕はですね、スピリチュアルという言葉を一つにまとめるのではなく、いろんなスピリチュアルのあり方があるんだなと感じました。少なくともですね、今回ダマヌールに滞在させてもらって経験させてもらったライフスタイルとか思想、世界の一部としてリスペクトの心でいっぱいでございます。ということで皆さん、動画がええなと思ったらチャンネル登録のほどよろしくお願いします。ということで、イタリア北部ダマヌールからでございます。アディオス。